Hey, Ryan here with thanks.io and hustlesauce.com. Just working on a campaign today to generate home seller leads. And you can see the messaging here. Basically, it says, hey, with interest rates rising and stock market coming down, local homeowners are signing seller homes. You might want to do the same thing before a lot of extra supply hits the market. And then scan the QR code to check your value now and get a free report. So basically, when they scan, they'll go to my website, they'll go to the sell page where they can put their address in. The cool thing here about thanks.io though is that whether or not they complete the action and put their address in, I'm going to know the scan happened, and I can zap this lead in to my CRM, or I can send myself an email. The system will actually email me and say, hey, this homeowner actually scanned the card. Another thing going on here, just a little tip, is we have been using kind of dual call to actions, and that's not always really good in marketing. But when you're doing something like a QR code scan, where even though a lot of people have gotten used to doing that in recent years with COVID and everything, it's good to have that second call to action for people who aren't that savvy. So they can actually just text, a phrase to a cell number and have the lead generate that way. Now, this is the messaging. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you was the use of our new dynamic card generator, which is going to be the opposite side of the card. Typically with Thanks.io, you'd have to go into the image templates section here, and you'd have to go into Canva or design your own card. But now we have this new image builder. If I come up right here, I'll bring my pen up again, and you go to dynamic images, the image will kind of just build itself, and it looks sharp, like right out of the box, and also includes a QR on the front side. So if I click here to image builder under dynamic images, and I go ahead and I'll just choose a dark one right here, and we'll call this template Forever Florida sell offer. And then it wants the image URL. I'll just go ahead and use Street View. It's going to put a Street View image of their house there. This will all make sense in a minute. Check the current value of, and then I'm going to merge in the address of the property right here. Get an instant computer generated value. Whoops. Value and a free 20 plus paid report. Basically saying the same thing that was on the other side. My QR code redirect URL, that's going to be the same deal here. My sell page, let me just go copy the URL. You don't see me doing this on the screen, but I'm just grabbing it out of the browser there. Pop that bad boy in there. And then my logo image URL, that's going to be just our logo. So I'll copy the image address off of my site just for speed's sake. If I wanted to, I could put my picture, upload an image of my picture with my logo. There's a little bit of flexibility there. And then I'll click generate preview. I don't really need the overlay image URL. That's only if I really feel like customizing some of the colors you see in here. But I'm fine with the existing template like so. So it is cutting off with a bit white in the background. We did just launch this feature. I'll tell the guys it seems like a little bit of a bug to me. So I'm going to just generate the preview on the second option here. I didn't like that little cutoff on the bottom. And it says, and now here's our preview of the card. Now this pink house right here, this is actually going to be the street view from Google of the property itself. So this is just kind of our filler demo. And it says check the current value of address right there. Well, that's going to merge in their address. So if it's 123 Main Street, it's going to put that in. But you see here, I didn't have to go and design anything. I just filled out a few fields. The card itself will look relevant to the person because it's going to have their house, it's going to have their street right on the front end of it, right? And then it's going to have the back side going there too. So I'll just save this dynamic image template. And now the next step is to just get this bad boy out in the mail, right? And there's a few ways to do that with Thanks.io. We do need to, of course, have a mailing list ready to go, or we can send it on the fly. So if you have a list of homeowners or past customers or something, you can do it that way. If you want to zap some people in, if you're generating leads in other areas, but you want to send this card out as a follow-up, you can do that too via Zapier. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use our quick send now red button up top here, which is kind of for lead generation purposes. If you're just sending a mass campaign really quick, that's all you really need. You just click the send now. I'm going to choose to send 6x9 postcards today. It's going to give me the card that I just built, which is useful. So I can just kind of click that right here. Hit continue. I'm going to select the template that I just created, right? So that's already built. And now I could have built all these kind of on the fly. I'm not using our handwriting fonts today because I had a lot of text. I just wanted to make it kind of straight printed code, which is what I did there. Save as a message template. It's got my QR code in there. I can edit it if I want, just making sure everything looks right. And then now I'll come over here. I'll go to the map, and then I'll just pick an area where I want to target. So I'll just put like a address in for that area like so. And there's me actually popping up. I put my home address on there. And then I'll just kind of draw, let's target my neighborhood right here. We'll do 98 addresses for demo purposes, like so. And this is good. And just like that, I can get 98 cards out. I'm on the 6x9 cards, so those are 89 cents a piece. It's going to cost me 87 bucks, postage included, and this will be out in the mail and ready to go right away. So that's how you would go ahead and build a quick lead generation campaign using Thanks.io specifically for real estate right now. This is probably good messaging. The last thing I'll say is don't expect to send 100 of these and get a lead right away. That's kind of a really important thing that we see a lot of people getting frustrated with. If you're going to do direct mail, you kind of have to commit to doing this to the same audience multiple times, multiple touches throughout the year. So I actually, a couple of months ago, did similar messaging to that same neighborhood, and I'm kind of doing another one here right now. And you're going to want to kind of keep in mind that it's going to take multiple touches. But what's going to start to happen here, especially as the market turns for real estate and prices do start to come down and more people do become motivated to sell, and they get it in their head that, hey, maybe there is a place I can go, right? A lot of people weren't moving because they assumed they couldn't afford to buy anything else and they weren't ready to sell. These postcards are going to be laying around the living rooms, they're going to be hanging on the refrigerators, they're going to be in the coffee table drawers. And what happens with direct mail is that your kind of responses dribble in over time. And of course, there's also the benefit here if you are building brand recognition for your company or for your team in the market, you do want to get something out to your farm on a regular basis, and this isn't bad messaging to send right now. And again, the dynamic images on the cards kind of made it easy to do in this example. So if you want to get going with this and you're not already a Thanks.io user, there should be a link down below. It's just thanks.io. You can go create a free account. You get $10 in free credits. And then if you upgrade to our business plan, our team will help you get this stuff going. But like I just showed you, you shouldn't need much help. You can just do exactly what I did. It's not too hard, and you can get this campaign out probably in about 20-30 minutes the first time you do it, and then it gets faster after that. Thanks for watching. Go to thanks.io. Also check out hustlesauce.com for general tips, tricks, and around marketing, digital marketing, also mixing direct mail into your marketing efforts. That's hustlesauce.com and thanks.io.